Yours is on.
Are we good? Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
T, no, you're not on. Yeah, you're on now, T.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Is there a good space between us? Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah. Recording. Alright, just count me in. 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up, crew? It's the Short Back and Side boys. Only 50% of us, but we're back. 50% off for Black Friday.
Yeah.
There we go.
Joke thing, love it.
Okay, so obviously we've been missing for a little piece, just getting stuff together. Big shout out to the production team behind scenes. V
SMI Productions.
Yeah,
SMI
man.
Productions.
Get to know.
So we are in a new environment. Still in London though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send the ends, North Wheezy.
All day.
Is it
Northwest.
It is Northwest,
I was
bro.
gonna say, as a North boy, I don't know if I.
It is. You're in Northwest, man.
Northwest.
You're in Northwest. In the nicer parts, though.
Yeah, the suburbs.
Yeah.
Nice parts, man.
Close to the
House
M1.
prices are high. No riffraff.
No
Yeah,
riffraff. Terry has to take his hat off. But anyway, it's good to be back. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, follow us on YouTube. We're on other side. Oh! As if by magic. There we go. You can also find us in Bristol. I'm sure that's Bristol. I've been there.
Cool.
Right, let's do that.
Alright, man.
Okay, so I don't know what episode we're on anymore, but it's a new episode. What we're going to call this Season 2?
Season 2.
Season 2.
We've been doing this for a minute. Yeah.
Episode 1, yeah.
So it's been a minute. Season 2, Episode 1, Thinking on the Fly. So, this episode, lads, chatting up women. Does it get easier with age?
Boy, I'm going to have to defer this one to Terry, you know.
Well,
I think as you get older, you get more confident, innit?
More confident.
And you kind of know what in your range and what's, if that makes sense.
We're going to come back to it. So
Yeah.
you said the R word, range. Yeah?
Range. Not range, but like, you kind of know, as in like clothes, innit? Like, everything when you get older, you kind of had experience, so you know what you want and what you don't want, if that makes sense. Like, I won't go and buy like some like I don't know. I'm trying to think of I was about to say no.
Some Spanish.
No, you have to say it now. You've said
I just wouldn't like wear like hood star. Like I wouldn't go and buy hood star thing kind of thing because I know that's not my kind of like age and kind of thing. So
yeah.
Kind of like I wouldn't go for like if you're chatting up someone, you wouldn't go for like you know what you want. You know what kind of you're attracted to and what you're not.
No hood rich chicks.
Yeah, no hood rich chicks basically.
So how old were you when you first like chopped the team? Like how old do you think you was? Do you remember?
I think I was about 12. You know.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you chop?
Well,
Not
yeah.
a 12-year-old or?
Nah, as an older.
What, you were chopping older things?
So she was breaking the law.
She was she went. It was all within the law. She was a bit. I think she was about
Bro,
15.
12 is not in the law.
And I was 12.
It's not in the law, bro. What are you talking about?
Do you know what? I think 'cause I've always hang around with older people.
Is it? Okay.
That kind of, I don't know, kind of attract older.
That's what you like, older women.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Cool.
Because I think like obviously I've got full sister. That sounds wrong now. Let me rephrase that because I've always kind of hang around with older people and stuff like that, and so
yeah.
I kind of picked up their confidence, if that makes sense.
All right. Okay. Cool.
And I was in Harrow, St George's, and yeah.
So, but fast forward, when you're old enough to kind of like take a chick out, like on a date.
Yeah.
Because at 12, you can't take her nowhere, bro. Maybe to the corner shop.
Sweet shop, bro.
Yeah.
No,
But-
cinema. Yeah.
So when you first like saw the girl that you liked,
Yeah.
how did you feel? Like, did you feel shook? Did you feel nervous? Did you know what you were gonna say?
Do you know what? I felt shook, but I was with my brethren, and do you know when everyone's younger, they lie and say, yeah, I've done this, I've done that. So my brethren were like, you're I'm gonna use the word here. You're an idiot if you don't do it. And so they're like, I've done this many times. Like in between us, that guy Jay from in between us. Bare lies, no substance basically. Yeah. A couple of my bedrooms were boosting me up, so I was just some cheesy lines like, I like your eyes or something like that. And then she's like, oh, he's so cute, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man.
Are you sure that's what she said?
Yeah,
No, okay,
basically.
okay, cool,
digits
cool.
were easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Easy digits.
Oh,
at
Easy
12.
digits, man.
Did they have phones when you were 12?
Just like, what was it, the house line? I think it was the house line. She gave me a house
It
line.
was a hustler
ET
back in the
phone
day.
box.
Yeah. How
Was
about you, Pete?
my first chirps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Older woman chirps, yeah. I wasn't 12 though. I was about maybe 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was this chick that used to get on the bus, same bus as me,
Yeah.
and she was like ready for work and stuff. I won't bait it out and say which bus because then it's just baiting
Yeah.
ready for renewal. Yeah. But basically, yeah, I don't know what happened. One time I just got brave, and I wasn't in school uniform. It's like I don't know why I wasn't in uniform.
Thing day, what's it called?
Maybe one of those non-school uniform days or something.
Yeah.
And saw her, and she was like looking at me. Now I was a lot trimmer back then. I was a bit more athletic and stuff. And I just had like a 2 and a 1 because that was a thing for
Okay,
race
man,
cars
the
back
fresh
in the
tune,
day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
2 and a 1, 2 and a 1.
Yeah.
And I don't know what came up. It's just like, are you okay? And she was like, I'm okay. Are you okay? I was like, yeah. And she was like, are you in your final year? She see me every morning, innit? She see me every morning. So I was like, yeah, sixth form.
Oh,
innit?
see,
Sixth
so
form.
she was preying you from before.
That's what I
That's
assumed.
cool,
Bro.
yeah.
No, because we was getting the same bus to get. So I was getting that bus to go to school. Innit?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it was, kind of obvious. Anyway, we got. I can't remember what happened. Yeah, I just got my first mobile back then as well.
Yeah.
So I said to her like, "Do you want to text me or something?" Because like I'm not a phone person even now.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. So she gave me the number and that. So we just texted and stuff. And then that was the first chirps.
That was the first chirp.
First chirps. Like older age. But then I found out she was like 27, bro.
Raw.
And I got shook. I was like, what do I do with this?
You got scared.
So I got scared. So I just kind of like, I don't know, I must have like seen her. Obviously I see her every day, but I just like text her a little thing like, I like your boots today.
Yeah.
I didn't know they can go up to your knees because in those days it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
That's
deep.
So,
What about you?
Bro, like, first chirps. I'll be honest with you, I genuinely can't remember. You see, it's the thing with me, like, when I was younger, because I still stammer. So when I was younger, me chirping chicks, was a bit of a difficult one because I was always shook to not have the right words to say, because if you get nervous, my stammer would even get worse, because I know mans who don't even stammer, and when they get nervous, they start stammering.
Yeah.
So I was always a bit apprehensive to talk to girls, man. I always liked chicks, but I always found it.
I'm glad you always like
chicks.
Thanks for that, bro.
Yeah, thanks for reaffirming.
Yeah. But a shout out to the LGBTQ community. You don't want to get like.
Wait. I have to edit out my love. Why do you do that, bro?
But yeah, bro. So basically, now I remember, like, I must have been about, it's when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And then there was this girl called Melissa, and I was told that she liked me because, you know, when I first came from France, everyone was like, oh, there's a French guy in school, and then she must have liked me. So because she liked me.
Wait, Melissa was in school.
She was older than me. Yeah.
Okay.
So I must have been in year 9. She was like in year 10 or in year 11. But it was a bit of a cheap chirp. The reason why I say that is because I knew she liked me.
Yeah.
So I went over.
So it was easier.
It was easier, but it wasn't like a blank plate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a blank canvas kind of chirps. Like, I didn't start blank canvassing chirping till when I was about maybe 17, 18. Do you know what I'm saying? After I was basically started tapping chicks. And then honestly, like, because when you start tapping, you realize, like, okay, cool, I want to smash this thing. So that's when I became more aggressive.
So that brings us into the next part. So obviously we talked about first chirps. All of us were under 20.
Yeah.
So you got to 18, 19, got more confident.
Yeah.
How did it evolve in your 20s? What did the 20s look like?
You go first.
20s for me were, I was a party animal in my 20s, man. Like, we used to go out literally every day of the week, like after work drinks, just out and out kind of thing. So I think my teens, I never really used to drink, and so obviously Like, you bring alcohol, not that much though. Like obviously we have like one
Wait,
offs,
wait,
but
we have
like
to investigate party animal, but didn't drink.
no, in my teens, in
Ah,
my teens,
okay,
in
yeah,
my
okay,
20s,
Yeah.
start to drink, and so when you drink, you just do things and you like
braver.
So I think we used to go out a lot. So obviously, if I went drinks ever, I was a designated driver. I wouldn't obviously have that much drink, basically, or wouldn't drink at all.
Hashtag DD.
Yeah. and so obviously when you're out and you don't have to worry about driving and stuff like that, you're just on it kind of thing. And so naturally we're done when we go out. We go to raves that there's music that we like, so we dance and shacking out. And we were the kind of guys where we would kind of attract people coming up to us and kind of chatting. So obviously you have a bit of alcohol, so it's a bit easier. So I found going out, raving and drinking it was quite easy, basically, at that age. Kind of.
I kind of agree with that still, because when we were so fast forward from school to like teenage, early adulthood, there's bare things that actually happen. So you get older, you get more wiser, you have more money in your pocket, because if you're not at uni, you're working, or you got access to cash in it, and we all know that to chirp chicks confidently, you've got to be able to convert, and the conversion stems from you taking her out somewhere, and you got to kind of pay for something in it. So when I was in my 20s, obviously I was working, I was at uni and whatnot, so you made it easier to go out somewhere, shack out with a team, go in a nightclub, one up a thing, you know what I'm saying? Go absolutely crazy. Like me and T used to do that on the regs. We go to the bar, buy a drink. Them times we found out that if you buy wine was cheaper than buying freaking spirits.
Trust me, nasty.
So we used to buy bottles of wine, because they were like £15 for a bottle of wine, and then we would just like start pouring up and start drinking, and it made it a lot easier. So I would say when I was able to consistently bring money in my pocket, chirping became a bit more easy for me, because I could genuinely go and chat up a girl and say to her, look, let's go out sometime this weekend, and I could actually physically say, yo, I can back it, I can take you there, and there. So I would say that confidence from chirping. Now some men are really good natural chirpers; they can chirp at anything without no paper. But me, I'm a kind of guy that I like to have things planned. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I can't chirp a chick if I ain't got a pound to my name, because I just don't feel my confidence come from what I'm able to, the value I can bring. If that makes sense.
I totally second that as well, man. Like if you've got money in your pocket and you got fresh trim and bombs, you just feel like $1 million in it. One of them. Sometimes you don't even need to friggin' do anything. You get me?
True. It just comes to you, innit? It just comes to you. But if you now want to fast forward now, like now that we're in our 40s.
Oh wait, we're gonna come to that.
Oh, you're gonna come to that?
Okay, come to that.
What about yourself?
Yeah.
Nah, so obviously I started working young, innit?
Yeah.
So I didn't go uni and stuff.
Yeah, same.
So I think by like the time I was 20, 21, I was in my first management role.
Mm.
And I won't say what popular supermarket I used to work
Yeah.
It was easy picking.
Nettles.
Okay.
Nettles is the one, bro. Don't watch it. 7p cola. Yeah, so I think that always gave me a bit of confidence. And what I find is in those times, I think the group I used to hang out with was quite diverse. So there was like an Irish guy, a Greek guy. I was a mixed race guy, black guy, Latino guy. So like you guys were saying, like people always used to kind of come to you. It was the same sort of thing.
Like,
because everyone was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And one of my boys, like Latino guy, I love him and all that. But we used to go crazy, man. We used to go crazy. Irish guy too. So we, similar to you, people would like come up to us and stuff. I think it was more like this is different. Like, we've not seen this kind of group before. And I always used to dress a certain way, like when I was younger. So like effectively women would come up to me and stuff anyway and be like, "Oh, your jacket is kind of swag." No, you're the one with the hat, bro. What are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? No. Like, I used to be the kind of don that would wear like a plain t-shirt and like a velvet blazer, like back in those days. So and I just found it easy to talk to women because like I used to do the onboarding and stuff in said supermarket. So I was meeting new people like every other day, so it was nothing to me.
Do you find it if you've got more of a like customer facing role where you have to talk and stuff like that, do you think that kind of builds your confidence as well?
I think so, because like, I'm quite a reserved guy, despite what people think. I am quite reserved. But if you put me in a situation, like I'll talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And that's half the battle, isn't it? And I think when you're in your early 20s, like I'd see a 10 or a 7 or whatever, talk to it the same.
Okay.
Same as a 2 though. I'll talk to a 2 the same. So that goes for and against you at times, isn't it? Because the 2 is like, but like I'm just talking. I'm not into something. But the difference, I would say one difference you were saying about pattern and that, I never used to go into a chirps thinking about like, what next? Yeah. So I think I was a bit like, whatever.
Whatever comes from it.
Yeah, whatever comes from it comes from it. Yeah. So like, I'd like be on a night out, speak to one, you weren't interested, that's cool. Yeah. Speak to the next one, whatever.
And I think, that's the difference between ages. I think when you're younger, you more romanticize things. So you're like, well, for me anyway, I was like, man, imagine our kids and shit like that. One of them ones. And then, like, when things don't happen, like, you start dating and you waste your time, and then you're like, it just, as you get older, you just get harder, and you just like, whatever, I'm chatting to no one. One of them ones.
No, I feel you.
So, I'm gonna, go on.
No. I was gonna, sort of just add to what T was saying. It's like, when you're a bit younger, because there's an innocence to youth, isn't it? Yeah. So when you chirp a thing, most of the time, even if you come from the ends or whatnot, the intentions are still kind of pure. If I mean that, in a sense that, okay, this is a girl that you like, innit? You don't just want to beat it for the sake of beating, because half the time when I was younger,
they didn't do that.
I mean, sorry, for me, when I was younger, if I liked the thing and I saw the thing was buff, it was more about I want to hold that for a piece. It wasn't just about just
the other thing though is that when you think about people like us though, like whatever we were doing, like you were saying you wanted to pattern, you and me were working. I think it's a bit different to the average like uni going 20-year-old because when they're going out and doing shit, it's like party and shit like that. So maybe like if you've got a foundation that you're looking to build or work towards, it's different, because like the church for me was like the introduction part. And then like I could fuck it easily up in the Texas or something. Do you know what I mean? So it's like once you get past that part and you're on like first date, then it's like, okay, where does it go?
And there's pressure in that too, you know. Because now getting the number now, in terms of when I was on the roads getting numbers, just for clarity, just for clarification,
I was gonna say,
it's like, it's not that hard. Like getting numbers is not that difficult. I honestly don't think it is. You know,
but it's just like the conversion rate.
It's the conversion, It's
like a sales pitch, bro.
Yeah, it's going from point A to point B, because it is sales. When you think about it, it is sales, because you're selling yourself to
not that I know this, but like nowadays you see when you watch these like shorts and stuff, they're like, gram me, like use the gram. Like, is it Snap? I don't know what
Gram, Snapchat.
Yeah.
Weird app, man.
Yeah.
It's got the yellow duppy.
About my lips on my face. Big lips already, man.
But like, I think that's a part of it too. Is that people like the flexibility of being able to cross it off. You know what I mean? It's easy.
And I think a lot of girls say that, okay, take my gram, because they just like stalk you and just like now, and they kind of all count you out from looking at your gram and
see your wife and kids.
But
let's fast forward. So we've done 20s, we're now heading into 30s. So I think probably this group of people anyway, heading towards 30, we're probably like midway through our career point journey to where we are. So Mike, what was chirpsing like in your 30s?
So chirpsing in the 30s, again, I was with my man, innit? Me and T used to terrorize the place.
I'm going to just ask you a very quick question.
Yeah.
Should you have been chirpsing in your 30s? Think of timelines.
Sorry. That's a very good question.
No, not 30s.
No, not 30s.
20s.
As in late 20s. Sorry, late 20s.
Wait.
I think that's a slip. I think that was
that was a further slip, because I just.
It's okay, I played you there.
I got married in my 30s. Sorry.
That's on me.
I'm not chirping no more, man. So you guys are dick.
You wanted to go first, bro. You wanted to
go first.
No.
So let me just basically kind of straighten the situation before I get some libelous claims, mate.
The whole family watches the show. Wait, if I take out my hair now.
So basically, so just for the audience, so just so that they're aware, I got married at 30, so I stopped chirping in my 30s. I stopped chirping. No more chirping.
What is your
Mike's out of
interpretation
the game.
of chirping in your 30s?
But if I was a chirper in my 30s, if I ever chirped anybody in my 30s, why are you not laughing, bro? Yeah, I'm good, man. Man's certified at it. If I was a chirper on my 30s, it would have been easier. And I'll tell you why. Because even though as a married man, I would go to like conferences and stuff like that, especially the ones that you stay overnight and things like that, you'll realise that a lot of females that were single look for a potential partner, look for a potential suitor. And if they see you going to like a work conference, you're in a suit, you've just had an interaction with a potential client or whatever it may be, they actually more time they actually come to you, like they introduce themselves, and they can use the excuse of work just to come and introduce themselves to you. But if you're a seasoned man like myself, you kind of know that, hold on a minute, like you could have talked to any other man in here, why you come and chat to me? So you obviously like what you're saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
I'm just thinking of something you said. That, because I travel a lot for work and have done in my 30s, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And you end up with many meal allowance dinners and stuff like that. But I think also women who are single in that situation look for men that they don't think are a threat as well.
What do you mean?
Expand on that.
So like, what you said is 100% right. Like I've seen it quite a few times where there's like, it's a Tuesday night and you're in Cornwall or something. And you're there in a hotel. And there's some hungry men there. Like visibly on their face. Like, you don't look like a predator, so maybe as well, you don't look like a threat, as in like you're not gonna say anything. Sometimes these women are just like looking for someone to like divert the attention. So I think there's a bit of that too.
There is that, but also I think what we need to touch on as well, and not sounding big-headed or anything like that, but look, I'm no freaking Tyrese or Chris Brown. I know that for a fact. Like, I know my levels. But, no, I do. But the thing is, I also know that I carry a certain level of swag. And that swag has helped me consistently throughout my life. So, there's a degree of self-confidence that you generate when you get older. And then when you understand yourself a little bit more, you realise that, this is my lane and I'm going to own that lane. So, do you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not really in competition with next man. This is what I'm on. And if there's any chicks out there that feels what I'm delivering, then it's cool. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I go certain places, I don't always go out there like hungry looking for things. Certainly not now because I'm married. But back in the day, when I was on it, I'll be like, okay, so I'm just gonna stay in my lane. I want to be all swagged up. But if I see a thing that could potentially sway her attention and kind of talk to, I would go and speak to her. Do you know what I'm saying? And based on understanding the value that I can bring. So it comes with a degree of self-confidence, really. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think in your 30s, I think you've had enough experiences and that things that have gone wrong in your 20s. I think in your 30s, you're just looking for peace. And I think you kind of measure out people's auras so you can tell someone that's going to be a red flag straight away. Like a chick that's going to be too much. Or like someone that's on your level kind of thing. And so and I think you kind of have gone through enough kind of like heartbreaks and like other experiences to like just chill in it, like, and just kind of like if you see something, not necessarily chirps, smile or something like that, and let things unfold, kind of thing.
So what you're saying is like when back in, so say from teenage to 20s, you're like a hungry stallion, just looking for bare things. But when you're 30, you kind of wait a piece. So you become a different kind of predator, more like a snake. All right, cool.
From other, obviously situations and other people.
No, I get that.
And kind of like I've just seen them not rush into things, kind of thing. Where like certain mans when they're 20s, they'll just be chirping anything moving, kind of thing, just for the sake of numbers. But for some people, sake of numbers are a long thing because.
No, I was gonna say, so like one of my boys, he literally created this thing called the Premier League, and he put a point system in.
Is it?
Literally, like
man, at the scoreboard,
and every month you got given a spreadsheet with your score, bro.
Is
I was
it?
like, what the fuck is
What were they
this?
scoring? What was the points like?
So like a lay was 20 points. An email address was 2 points.
Okay.
And it's there and in between.
That's mad.
But the points thing, you know what? I think that, I mean, this is a little bit of peace.
Yeah.
Mm,
But the fact that you said it, and
Yeah.
you're from West London, and I've said that we got a spreadsheet in North London,
mm.
I think that caused a lot of guys to actually like do that predatory thing, because it was then about the ego.
Mm.
When you're younger,
like,
yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in your 20s,
Yeah,
like,
definitely about
oh,
the
I want to
ego.
be,
Yeah.
like, I remember these brothers were like, who's top of the Prem? It's
Mm.
like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was quite casual. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, like back
But-
in the like back in the day when we used to like drive
Fancy
back,
shit.
me and Millionaire Mike would be like, how much numbers do you get? Like,
Yeah,
see that
yeah.
bus team, from Bristol, from wherever, blah 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 blah. We'd just be on it. But
Real
then
talk.
as you get older, obviously situations change, and it's not about that kind of thing. I think as you get older, it's quality over quantity. If that makes sense.
That's
think-
true.
I think when you get to your like 30s and that,
Yeah,
you in your own self start to know what A, man you are becoming,
yeah,
and B, what you expect from a woman as well,
yeah,
Mm.
which they can shoot us down for that, but it's true.
yeah.
So then, in terms of you approaching someone,
Mm.
it doesn't just have to be chirps in a woman or something. Like, to me, even like guys, I don't waste my time with guys that I feel aren't going to add any value to my life.
Yeah, exactly that.
Like in the workplace, for example, like
Yeah.
you're not contributing.
Yeah,
So I think almost the chirpsing thing, that
that
sense
mentality
or whatever,
kind of.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
it applies throughout the whole of life after
Mm,
that.
mm, mm.
Because, like, you know, us four here, I'm a new person,
Yeah,
but like, I still talk to you guys or whatever. I met producer V for the first time today. I still talk, but
everyone's
there's
on that
other-
level.
Yeah, but then there's
yeah.
other situations I might rock up to somewhere and be like, we're not on the same level.
Yeah.
Or we're not on the same wavelength. You don't even have to be on a level like
Mm.
money or something, but
It's just the way
wavelength.
of thinking and the way you carry
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
So-
conduct yourself.
Basically, then, yeah. So you could argue then your life choices determines the pool of women that are likely to be attracted to you, and
Yeah.
to some degree, that might make it slightly easier for you
Yeah.
to talk to a woman in
Yeah.
that pool, if that makes sense. Because let's
Yeah.
just say if we were on the roads, yeah,
Yeah.
you're not. I mean, some of them can, and
Yeah.
some of them have, but generally, you're not really going to be chatting to a corporate girl or anything, a girl that's in banking or a
They
lawyer.
might
or
like a bit
anything
of
like
rough in it. One of
they
them
might
ones.
do. They might
Yeah.
fetishize it, but
Yeah.
generally speaking,
Yeah.
you'll find that if my partner, for instance, she's a working woman and she's in like an administrative clerical kind of job. She wouldn't necessarily have paid me any attention if I was on the roads or doing anything like that, because she had experienced that, and she said to me straight when she got with me, she asked me loads of questions about what I did for work and this and that and the other, because she wasn't interested in being somebody that was doing
Having to
things
carry
that,
someone.
or even doing stuff
So
that's not
here's
that's
a
not
question
legal.
then.
Yeah.
What environment did you guys meet in?
Bro, my story is mad. Like it's a crazy story. She called me. I've never seen her, never met her. It was one of them random cold calls. And true say, man's got a velvet tongue in that. I just was speaking to her.
So I heard.
I could tell from her voice that she sounded kind of nice.
Yeah.
And then twos now, we were talking on the phone for like 2-3 days. She was trying to sell me a product for the company that she was working for. And I promise you, I did not know this girl from Adam. And then we started talking. And I said, look, let me come and meet you at your place of work. So it was complete blind thing, still a black thing, blind date. So I went over to her place, and then when I saw her, she saw me. Instantly, we started laughing, like proper catching jokes, and then the rest is history. But that's how I met her. Yeah.
Does she get nervous when you start speaking to free?
Now she takes all the cold calls. That's because she knows where I go. But that was an example of again. I was at work, and I was wearing. When I started working, before we could wear casual clothes to the office, it was a suit team. So when she called me, I had an air of confidence about me, because I was dealing with people on a regular basis, dealing with all kinds of people actually from all walks of life. I could be talking to like some CEO of a multi-million pound company or a starting company. Do you know what I'm saying? So just like you said earlier, it was a case of your confidence from talking to people by your jobs or whatever essentially allowed me now to even fine-tune my chirpsing. Because when I was a kid, my vocabulary was mostly the way that teenage people speak. But when you start to work, you realize that you've got to conduct yourself in an appropriate way. So the way I was talking to her, even though I was being me, I was still kind of exuding confidence in the sense that, look, I want to talk to you, I want to meet you, because back then I was doing sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're on the phone, you say, look, can we arrange a meeting?
Yeah.
So I kind of knew how to put that sales tactic or pitch
The end bit,
into the chirping thing, because he's all sales at the end of the day, guys. Trust me.
Let me just add on that point about people going to the 30s. Obviously, we touched on us lot. Obviously, we were doing our thing in our 20s, and if you got to 30s, it was more about like selection, if that makes sense, and quality over quantity. But it's the people that I found, the people that got married like when they're 21, 20, and say they divorced when they're 29. They kind of take on the role that we had as in our 20s, in their 30s and 40s. Like if you have a breakup, you just go mad. And it's like any holes will go, one of them ones.
Yeah, we've seen that happen many a times. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, because you're right, T. It's almost as if they are reliving their 20s or something, and they're the ones that want to take you to the rave all the time and go wild.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, bro, like, I'm married, I don't need to be wingman anymore. Come on, fam, like, come on, man, just do it for me, man. I just got divorced, and they act the wildest, bro.
Or even girls, like, say girls had a baby young and they're just concentrating on their baby. When they get to their 30s and 40s, they start coming up to you. Like.
Yeah, it's true.
But is that selective though? Because there's a thing that says, and I might get shot down here. If you got a woman who's got like a child, and said child is like X amount of age, and that, to recreate a home, is going to take a certain type of person to be able to just drop into that situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
So whilst they might come up to people like us, they might not do that to everyone.
Or some girls are like, but it depends on the girl's mentality. I think some girls are just want a quick beat in it, and then some girls just But I do get you, as in they won't go up to say Tyrone. I love that Tyrone name. Sorry, that Tyrone guy.
Tyrone's back for season 2.
I don't know. It's a good question, P, because I think when you get to that age, because remember, men are responsible for relationships.
Yeah.
Chicks decide whether you're going to smash or not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So from our point of view, trust me. You can't say to a woman, I want to have sex, and she has to agree.
As in one.
Come on.
As in the saying, chicks who can have sex with who they want, and guys marry who they want. That makes sense.
Yeah. So we've got to basically appreciate the fact that we give the access to the relationship. Yeah. So if a woman has got a kid, comes up to me and chirps me and wants me to establish some kind of rapport with her, I have to acquiesce and agree to it. I can't just say, yo, I want you to be my missus. Yeah. And if I feel that it's going to be a challenge for me, especially when I've got nothing, as in no kids or no baggage whatsoever, I'm going to have to slot myself into this situation and look after you, and then potentially having to bear in mind that your kid, if he's in his teenage years, might get kicked out of school and everything. You know, he's back in the house when I'm trying to chat with your moms or whatever it is. It becomes a bit of a difficulty. Yeah. But so I think these women, that are chirping and going mad, I think for them it's a numbers game, because they have to go and chirp as many men as possible within the pool that they like to try and bag one or two. Whereas back in the day, if this thing was a nice thing, she would have a bagger man on her case, because she was the prime. She was the FA Cup, bro. She was the league. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So, right. So, what's your observations in 2024 now of how chirping is? We got a lot go on in recent years in society.
I think from looking out, from obviously going out to events and stuff like that, there's definitely more females than males in like bars and clubs. So I would say
ratios.
Yeah. It's definitely like
100.
I mean, it depends where you go, but I would say, like, even look at, like, if you go into like a what's it called again, like a promoter's website or something like that, just mainly females, and so it's like I wouldn't even say 10 to, let's say 8 to 1 ratio.
You're talking at our age bracket, though?
Yeah, our age brackets.
30 plus.
Yeah, 30 plus.
Yeah. I think so, and I think that kind of goes back to the earlier point of the question, like, does it get easier when you get older? I kind of think it does, because the places that we go to, especially some of the things that we were trying to get when we were in our teenage years, in our 20s, were the buffest things.
Yeah.
And they were hard for you to get through. But as T said earlier, when life experiences kind of present themselves or whatever, and people go through stuff, those girls, when they get older, they kind of appreciate that. Actually, do you know what? All those bad boys, when I was younger, they weren't really the one. Do you know what I'm saying? They're now looking for something that's a bit more stable.
Mm.
And you realize in your 30s, you're kind of thinking about your 40s or 50s, and you realize that, you know what? It's all about companionship now. I need somebody that I can be with, that's going to make me happy, and to some degree I can be with for a very long time, and not just a quick thing, if that makes sense.
So if I counteract then, yeah.
So
obviously we're talking about chirps and stuff.
Yeah.
So we are established in careers, etc. But what about now in 2024? You got a lot of these youngsters now in their like 20s earning money that we couldn't even think about really. In those times through legitimate means as well. Through things like social media, etc. Do you think that has an influence on chirpsing in 2024?
I think there's more tools to see more people, so more people will be doing kind of like cyber punting, that's what I call it. As in like going on like Instagrams, like your buff kind of thing. So I think they don't have that much interaction with people as we did like back in the early 2000s, late 90s kind of thing, where there weren't Instagram, there weren't a Facebook. So if you want to chat to Jane, you had to go up to Jane.
We had to go into we were fucking Viet Congs, like we were in the trenches in the jungle. Because you see the difference between chirpsing now, especially as you get older, you know, given the experiences that in the area that we come from, we come from the area where you get war wounds. You go and interpret things. You might say, "No, man, you're not my type." And then that wounds you, bro. And then you got him laughing at you, thinking like, "This should reject you."
But hold on, that happens on a bigger scale now, because you see it on the gram. A dude will put a comment in, and then you'll get taken apart by like 17 replies.
Starvation, but that's.
I still think it's lazy.
Yeah, it's easier though.
Because like if we were back on the roads, looking for girls, and we tried this Instagram thing. You could literally DM 100 chicks. 100. Whereas back in the day, we had to go to one designated place, and it was literally, all right, guys, this is the girls are here. There's nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whoever makes it out, good luck to you. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just literally had to go through the club or through the area that we were in, and then go and talk to a girl or go and whine a girl and get a number and chirp. It takes a level of skill, bro, because you have to understand body language. You got to look at eye contact. There's so many variables, bro. I mean, you know, you're talking about season pro here.
I remember when I got shut down when I was about 20. I went Iron Apple in it, and then like all the lads were there and stuff like that. And do you know, drunk, and he just gives you a full sense of security. And so I went up to this ting, and I must have been trying to chat to her. I don't know, it must have been a drink or something like that, because I thought she was on it. So I was like, whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, you're cute, but you're a bit skinny for me. Go and put on like 3 stones, and then we can talk." But it's in front of everyone, like, so everyone's looking at me, and it's like,
that hurts,
man.
Episode 4, can we bring it up? Episode 4, let's bring it up in some way.
You see, P, that experience, like you internalize that, and then sometimes you walk away, because sometimes it might be constructive criticism, because T's in the gym all day now. Do you know what I'm saying? Every day. So it could have been a thing where, do you know what? Go on, true. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get that.
Sometimes you get told about yourself.
No, that's
you know what I'm saying.
What was your worst chirping experience? So I did mine. That was just embarrassing. So just quickly, both of you, just.
Well, I've been told I've got a boyfriend so many times. And sometimes you don't know whether they're saying to you, "No, you're ugly," or "Your nose is too big," or "That's not," or "You too black," or whatever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've had loads, to the point where you got to stop caring about really what the girl is saying. It comes back to like, okay, I know I can get things. You're just not really feeling me, and you just have to accept it and move on, man. But I've been told to go loads of times.
I've had like
one of my friends, I remember he just got blasted. Some woman's like, your hairline looks like you're 50, and he was like 25, man.
There's no need for that.
That was cold.
There's no. We don't do that when girls come up. Like I've had some overweight women come up to me, and I like women of all shapes, but sometimes it's visibly not shapely, and and bro, if they come up to you and you don't feel them, there's a way that you let them down gently
Yeah.
so that you don't mash them up. And I think guys are much better at managing that than
100%.
chicks. Chicks just heartless, man. But it's all good though.
What was your kind of worst experience with?
I don't think I've ever been like proper shot down.
Yeah.
Can't think of a time where I've left a conversation like, "Rah." But yeah, I've had loads of rejection.
Yeah.
I always get. Actually, there was one time. Nah, that's fucked. There was one time I was in Camden.
Yeah.
There was this girl, I remember. She was wearing a red dress, yeah. And my boy will remember this. But she didn't shoot me down, but her friend, yeah.
Who's the friend, man?
Fat friend, bro.
Yeah.
Fat friend come over and was like, "You've got predator eyes." I was like, "What?"
Ian Huntley.
And like, she was like, "You've got proper predator eyes," and I was like, and then the girl just like, that was it.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
That's the only time I left. I like walked away from a conversation thinking like, "There's something wrong with my eyes."
That's mental.
Predator eyes. But I can't lie, I was scoping it. You know when you like, I think one of you said you think about your kids and that.
Yeah.
This chick in the red dress, man. I was
Cute
just like,
kids, man.
oh
Do
my god.
you remember we used to know this guy? Yeah, we can't name him because he watches the show, and every time he used to get blasted, yeah, he used to kind of like pour drinks on their hair and that. Like he didn't like rejection. I swear that.
We had a guy like that too.
Yeah. Do you know how many fights or near experiences we got to where we had to calm? Because sometimes these chicks are not here by themselves. There's a gang of man. And then this guy was trying to chirp this bare times, bro. He used to try and chirp. He was like, he didn't go to the raves to have a good time. He just literally went in there. There's girls. I'm chirping.
Yeah.
And every time he got rejected, bro, he could potentially become an
drinking
incident.
face.
He would just like pour drink in her face and stuff like because he couldn't
Spit in
take
her
rejection
face.
properly, man.
Spit, bro.
Yeah. There's been
man.
mad.
I just got moving with him, man. That's some liabilities, man.
Yeah, we stopped like hanging out because like, bro, we weren't sure whether we could make the end of the night.
You don't want to risk it. So look, T, the polls. Do you have the poll data?
Yeah,
What was the question?
So the question on the polls were, give me 2 seconds.
And then we're going to wrap up.
Yeah, cool. 2 seconds, guys. The poll data. Let me just bring it.
I like the way you say data.
Data. So, does chatting women get easier with age? Was asked. The poll, hell yeah, 67%, and the no, 33%.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with the no. So I think
Terry don't agree.
I don't agree with that because as you get older, you get confident, and you know what not to do, and kind of.
Hey, do you know what? You say that, right?
Yeah.
Some brothers are overconfident, bro.
Yeah,
there is that, and some brothers still don't build the kahunas.
Exactly, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a 30%, and it is probably about right. I would say.
I would say it's about right, you know, broski.
Yeah.
Because there's some brothers out there.
Shall
not be named.
Yeah.
They
got no game.
They got no game.
Hashtag
bro.
oyster.
Yeah. They're not that good when it comes to like chatting to girls and whatnot.
Yeah.
So and statistically speaking, I think the stats are telling the truth. The numbers don't lie, you know.
No.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
I just think certain people just find it as long, man. Like, okay, so what is the end game if you try to chat to someone? Am I gonna have to take you out, spend money on you? Is it? It's just long, in it, kind of thing. So I think certain people think like that. Like, what's the point, really? What's this gonna add? What values is gonna add to my life?
Yeah,
kind of thing. So
true.
So summaries, guys. We'll go around. Start with Terry.
So go on.
I was gonna say one piece of advice.
Yeah.
And then your thoughts on it.
So my piece of advice is know what you want and just always stick to it. Never let anyone kind of sway you off what you want, basically. But there's a way of going around getting it, kind of thing. And just kind of, I think, always have a game plan before you rush in, kind of thing. So sometimes it could be spontaneous, but I would say always have a game plan. If you're
Sounds
try
like he's running
something.
Man United. He's football manager.
3-4-3, I'd say. No. But I would say, from my personal experience and from kind of like my peers and stuff like that, I think it does get easier with time. Because you know what you want, you've been through the experience before, and you can smell red flags, or you can just smell people that are kind of just going to waste your time. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, my piece of advice comes from my old man. My old man always used to say to me, Mike, stop chasing women. When you're older, it'll be easier. Because he always used to see, like, I was always trying to get chicks when I was younger. And the man, like, shout out to my pops, he was right. When you get older, it does become easier.
Mm.
It's because, as I said earlier, you have money in your pocket. You're a bit more self-aware. You kind of know what you want. You know what you don't want. But also, you realise that women also understand, from their point of view, their clock is ticking, and yours is just about to get started. So there's an element of them being willing to risk it all and kind of talk to someone that they like. So my piece of advice for the Mandem really is just work on your game. Work on who you are. You know, your fitness, your money goals, your career goals, whatever it is, or even your spiritual goals. And then once you fulfilled all those aspects of yourself, if a thing comes along, just like T said, you know, you will know what you want. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can make the decisions. Yeah. But you can make the decisions, man, and you can focus your attention on a woman that's gonna appreciate the hard work that you've put in to become the man that you've become. And to me, that's the most important piece of advice, man.
Yeah, no, second that, definitely. Okay.
I think from my perspective, pleasure, peace style, just have fun with it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think, for me, I'm quite happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
And I think if you see a thing, you see a thing. If it's glistles, it glistles, right? If something shines, you walk towards it. Go walk towards it. What's the worst that can happen? I've just been told. Some things that, you know, there's quite a lot that could happen. Just don't, you know. At the end of the day, a bank can reject you, your own family can reject you. Rejection is a part of life. And like you said, sometimes you can take the feedback and turn it into a positive. Hashtag look at the arms over there. But you know what? I think for me, I'm always a bit like, you go into any situation, you don't know what the outcome is anyway. Even if you think you know what it is, you don't know what it is. So always have fun.
And I was going to say one more thing. R.I.P. Aaliyah. But you remember that song she used to say? If you first you don't succeed, that's a self and try again.
There you go.
Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
So So look, guys, that's the end of this episode. Season 2, episode 1. Wrap.
Yo.
Where can you find us? So the handle at SBAS _ show
at X,
Instagram,
TikTok,
Facebook,
Spotify, YouTube,
Apple Podcasts.
We're all over, baby.
We're everywhere, man.
All over.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Thanks for watching.
Be safe.
Peace.
Love.